Hi ladies, it's Victoria. I'm so sorry that this update is so far overdue. Um, Things have just been crazy. If you don't know, I live in southeastern Pennsylvania, and you may have seen on the news or the Weather Channel that last week we had a horrendous, well, we've had several, but snowstorms, and then Wednesday we had a terrible ice storm that actually knocked power out completely, internet, phone, everything, until Sunday. And then we were trying to move back into our house. I also started a new job recently. Things have just been so chaotic, and I apologize. I feel terribly that I haven't gotten back to all of your comments yet, and that's something that I'm going to try to do tonight. We're actually supposed to get another terrible snowstorm tonight, which is why I wanted to get this video done just in case we lose power again. It's very, very likely since there's still so many trees down and power lines that are damaged. It could definitely happen. So I'm sitting in my bed. I apologize. I'm actually on doctor's orders to rest. Before I get into my appointment last week, I thought I'd give you a little update. And this could, I guess, be TMI for some people. But usually this is now my fourth miscarriage, if you don't know. And usually I don't start a new cycle for around 7 or 8 weeks. So I was very shocked yesterday when my cycle started, since it's only been a little over 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I guess, at this point since I had the miscarriage. So I was really surprised. And today I started bleeding extremely heavily, which I typically have heavy cycles, but this was even more than usual. And then today, while I was at work, I started bleeding to the point that I was going through ultra tampons in about 25 minutes, which is not even close to normal. I was trying to drink lots of water and just kind of rest. And all of a sudden, I was in excruciating pain, doubled over, and I ended up passing a clot that was about the size of my fist. It was extremely large. I have never, ever had anything like that happen before. Even in the middle of a miscarriage, I've never had anything like that happen. So I was really scared. Thankfully, like I said before, my OB is incredible. I have her cell phone number, so I was able to call her and talk to her. At first, she was really concerned that perhaps I was pregnant. She said, you're telling me, that's not possible. And I said, no, we've listened to your directive. We weren't supposed to have sex, so we haven't. So no, there's no possible way that I'm pregnant. Because she was worried that maybe I was having another miscarriage. So she just, at this point, I am just supposed to rest, lay in bed tonight, take ibuprofen as I need it, keep my feet up, and heating pad, just whatever to feel comfortable. If I get a fever or anything like that, I'm supposed to call her back. I've been very lightheaded, which I think is to be expected given how heavily I'm bleeding. So I'm lightheaded. I don't feel well. I'm in a lot of pain. So it's been a day. It's pretty emotional. It kind of brings everything back. It feels like going through the miscarriage all over again. So it's a little difficult. But I want to be honest with you guys and share everything that's happening. So that's where we are right now. Now, about my appointment last week, I had my follow-up with my OB, which was just a few days shy of 4 weeks since the miscarriage. When I went to the appointment, she did all the usual, just checking my vitals, palpating my abdomen. She said everything felt good. My vitals looked good. Blood pressure was good. So that's all, obviously a very good thing. She did the internal exam and said my cervix looked really good and that I have a great pelvis, which it's always nice to hear some good news, even though That's not something I expect to hear. That was good to hear. She said that when I do have a baby, I should be able to have a vaginal delivery, which was always good news. So that was the positive. At that point, my husband and I were able to ask her a lot of questions, and I explained to her, I have a lot of concerns with PCOS. So she and I ran through, there are 16 typical symptoms that people with PCOS have. Out of those, I fit into 15. I have 15 of them. So, obviously, she had mentioned before that was obviously a possibility. And doing the research that I've done, I, of course, thought it was as well. And, so she said that she would go ahead and help me out and do an internal ultrasound. Typically, she wouldn't do that. She would allow the fertility clinic to do it just because they're going to do it again anyway. And for cost reasons, it doesn't make sense to have to pay for two. But she was doing that one just kind of on the DL for me, which is incredible. And she said that based on what she can see, it definitely looks like I will end up with a PCOS diagnosis. Of course, she's not going to give me anything official. She wants to leave that up to the fertility clinic. But my ovaries definitely are polycystic in appearance. So it looks like that's the direction that we're heading. She also wants them to take a look at my uterus. She wants to see if there's any chance that it's bicornuate, which is possible. She said that there are some shadows, so she's not 100% sure without a more detailed ultrasound, which she doesn't have in the office. That's something I either have to go to the fertility clinic or to the hospital to have done. So that will be a fertility clinic appointment. So basically it's looking like I am going to end up with a PCOS diagnosis and possibly a bicornuate uterus. The PCOS diagnosis, well, obviously I talked about it before as, it's not the worst thing in the world. There's so many of you ladies who have it, who have children or are pregnant and have these amazing success stories. So it's not like it's the worst thing in the world, but it's still difficult. And I think a lot of you can relate to that. It's scary. It's a lot of unknown. It's a lot of just wait and see, hurry up and wait type situation, which is always hard. So that's difficult. Just also I have my other concerns with my blood type, on top of PCOS, on top of possibly a bicornuate uterus. It's just one of those things I'm trying to, obviously, I am hoping for the best, but I'm trying to mentally prepare myself for the worst. Possibly that financially we aren't going to be able to afford everything that needs to be done. And we are going to have to, stick with adoption or possibly, depending on how things work. I mentioned before that my friend has offered to be a surrogate for us, which is just beyond incredible. But we do have to look into what that means in the state of Pennsylvania. Obviously, we would want to cover her health costs, any extended costs that, go along with the pregnancy, but we have to look into legally what that means. But these are just the kinds of things that I'm trying to prepare myself for, just because I would rather hope for the best, that I can go to the fertility clinic and they say, oh no, we can fix this, it's just this or it's just that, and here's what we can do and we're going to get you pregnant. That's what I'm hoping for. But I'm also trying to be realistic and prepare myself for the fact that we may be looking at a long haul here with lots of medications or treatments or more miscarriages, which is also something I really need to consider. I've had 4 miscarriages, and quite frankly, it's taken a huge toll on me. I'm not giving up by any means, but I don't know how many more times I can do this. It's emotionally damaging every time it happens, and it's harder to deal with every time. And I'm just trying to be honest. I don't know how many more times that I can do that and still be okay. And again, I'm not ruling myself out for anything. I'm by no means saying I'm not going to do treatments. I'm not going to, whatever. I'm willing to do whatever it takes, but there's going to be a limit on how many times I'm willing to do it or how far I'm willing to go. So, well, it looks like we're heading towards a path with some answers, which is great. There's still so much that we don't know, and it's so difficult. So now I'm on a waiting list to get into the fertility clinic again. First, I have to be able to get into my primary doctor to get a referral. Even though my insurance doesn't require a referral, the fertility clinic is requiring a referral. And since it's not a sick visit, my primary doctor won't see me for probably a month or so. So that's where we are with that. I'm hoping to get into the fertility clinic soon. I just want some answers. I'm not old by any means, but I'm going to be 30 in July. And, I just want to know what kind of path we're on here and know what our options are going to be and know not a schedule, because there is no schedule. I know that this is in God's hands and I know that we can't control timing, but I just kind of want to see what we're up against so that I can prepare myself and prepare my husband and, just our lives in general. We're so ready to have children and have a family, and I need to know, is it realistic? Is it something we're looking at in the next year, the next 2 years? I need to get ready so that I'm not, continuing to think, oh, well, since I can start trying in 3 months, maybe we'll be pregnant and have a baby by next year. I just need to know what we're looking at. So that's kind of where I am with things, and I'm sorry I'm rambling. Like I said, there's a lot going on right now, and again, I apologize that this video is so late. I thank you so much for hanging in there with me. As soon as I get this posted, I'm going to start replying to your comments. So what I really wanted to know from you guys is, how are some of the ways that you guys have coped with these things and the beginning parts of the process of getting to a fertility clinic? How are you guys just keeping from going crazy? Because that's where I am right now. I don't know if I want to scream or I want to cry or I want to laugh. What is it that you guys did to keep yourself sane and on track and, just motivated? Because right now I feel like the mountain's so high, and I know that it's going to be okay, but it's just one of those days where it feels so high. So if you guys could leave some comments about what you did, I would love to hear it. Also, I'd love to answer your questions. What questions do you guys have for me? Either about doctor's appointments or our story or what's going on. I would love to answer your questions and interact with you guys some more, because my subscribers are incredible and I love all of you so much, and I love to talk to you. So, please let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to answer them for you. And I've been rambling now for over 14 minutes, so I'm going to let you guys go and get back to resting. I just drank a bunch of water, so I'm feeling a little less lightheaded right now, but I should probably still lay down for a while and wait for the doctor to call me back. So I will talk to you guys soon. I hope that if you're in the Northeast or even the Southeast and in the path of this storm, that you're all safe and you stay warm and comfortable. And I love all you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.